All right, so today we're talking about men who are Leo and how to deal with them. Hello, my little wonder bugs. Welcome back to my channel. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Maria Isul. I'm a witch and a tarot card reader. And on this channel, or on this video to be precise, we will be talking about Leo and, well, men that are Leo and how to deal with them, how to understand them. If you happen to be dating them or are friends with them, but mainly if you're dating them. For those of you that know me and have watched my videos in the past, you already know what I'm going to say, and that is if you guys are interested in a tarot card reading or want to join my Patreon to support this channel, pretty much, go down in the description section. Links will be there for that. And if you're interested in more videos related to the signs and all that jazz, go to this little exclamation mark that's right about here. And that will send you to, or give you the option to go to other videos and playlists related to the astrological signs. So other than that, let's get on with it, shall we? Now, before we start, I want to say this because I say this every video that I do about the astrological signs. And that is, depending on what is in a Leo sun signs chart, depends on whether or not what I'm about to say about Leo is, the intensity of all of that. Because some Leos, this may, like a good chunk of this may pertain, and then another chunk of it may be like, well, kind of, sort of. Because depending on what you have in your chart, depends on the intensity of all the Leo traits that Leos have. Because I've already had people on other videos comment saying that, oh, I'm this sign and I don't have these traits. I don't do that. And I'm like, because it doesn't necessarily pertain to every single person of that sign because of your astrological makeup, your whole chart, which makes you you. Number one, they are cuddly. They want to give PDA all the freaking time to their significant other. If they really, really like you, they will always be very affectionate, hugging and touching, and very passionate about showing people that you're together with them. Because of that, they sometimes have a problem letting go of relationships. They will, like, let's say you're no longer dating and you're just friends. They will still hug you and cuddle with you because they still want that affection. They still have maybe that same passion for you, but they don't necessarily want to date you anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's like they have a hard time letting go of their comforts when it comes to their relationships in that way. And when it comes to love, they are very passionate and they expect their lovers to be just as passionate. They want people to have drive, but in the bedroom, if you know what I mean. So they're big on sensual and sexual type of acts. So seduction. They're big on being seduced. Because of this, I feel that they are very comfortable and don't have that same sort of maybe apprehension when they're around a strong female. And what I mean by a strong female, I mean a female who's comfortable with their sexuality and their sensual and sexual selves. They actually are driven or attracted like a magnet to women that are like that. They like to experiment here and there in the bedroom, but they're not like scary, if you know what I mean. Like it's not intimidating. They might, want you to call them whatever they want to be called. That's kinky, but it's not to the point that you're just like really uncomfortable. Like I said, they're very passionate. They're very sensual. They want somebody who has the same amount of passion. Sometimes they have a tendency of not feeling or acting as though they are very traditional when it comes to certain things, but Leo can be very traditional if they want to. They have certain things that they won't budge on when it comes to tradition. So they might be very active in their dating life, but they might be, a mama's boy, or they might be very close to their family and stick to certain traditional stuff in their family. But when it comes to other things, they're not as traditional. So they have tendencies of picking and choosing where they act very stereotypically traditional, and then some other things that can be very liberal on. So it really depends, but sometimes it's actually quite surprising when they are, because you're just like, okay, I mean, I guess. Kind of look at them like that. They enjoy charming and seducing their partner. Just as much as they want to be seduced, they want to seduce you. And a lot of the times when they do that, they act like if they are larger than life. So they might embellish certain aspects of them. Depends on which aspect, depends how you feel about it. But they do have a tendency of making themselves larger than life to charm you. But in a sense, they're not necessarily lying. They don't tend to lie about who they are as people, but they do make it seem more than what they are. Which, to be honest, they're Leos. Leos like that. They like being larger than life. They enjoy the, I guess you could say the attention that brings, and that's why they do it. So they're not modest. They're not like, well, you know, they're more like, look at what I did. Look at how freaking awesome I am. And it's not a sense of necessarily arrogance, though it can come off as being arrogant. But they're not trying to be arrogant. They're just very proud, a very proud sign, to be honest. So they're very proud of their achievements and what they've done in their lives. For the most part, Leos can be very trustworthy. So like I said before, I don't feel like they are liars, but if they don't really care about you, or they see that you are not interested in who they are as a person, they don't mind lying to you at that point, because you're not, how can I put it? You're not part of their circle, or you're not part of their people that they feel that are important or should be in their lives. Then at that point, they really don't care whether or not they lie to you or not. I'm not saying that they actively go out of their way to lie to you at that point, but they don't mind. Like, it doesn't bother them if they were to. The more that you're into them, the more that they're into you. So the more attention that you give them, the more that they will give you attention and want to be with you and want to be around you. So don't play too often, don't play too coy or too like uninterested, to a point where they will just be like, well, you know, you don't care about anything about my life because you seem very uninterested in me, so I'm just gonna walk away. So just remember that once you get in the door with a Leo, try to be as interested in what they like, just because if they see that, then they will give you the same amount of attention. For the most part, they will be just as passionate about what you love if you're passionate about what they love and who they are. Leos are very outgoing, so to say that they love a confident woman who likes to go out and have fun and is comfortable in her sensual and sexual self is a turn on for them. So again, I've said this earlier in the video, and that is, they love a woman who knows what she wants. They don't like the shy girl in the corner. They like the girl that is talking to him and is interested and is, you know, crossing her legs and being all sensual and sexual about it and licking her lips. That is what Leos are like gravitated to. Leos are natural leaders. Even if they know it or not, they are. So in a pinch, they can be the person that you need to tell you what to do, or micromanage a group, I suppose. Something within that nature. Leos can actually be really good about that. Now, a downside to Leo is that sometimes they just can't deal with negative emotions. So, I mean, it's not like you can't talk to them about something negative, but if you're one of those people that likes to dwell on the negative aspect of their lives or some negative emotions, and there seems to not be a light at the end of the tunnel, even if there is, but at the time it doesn't seem that way, Leo feels very uncomfortable. And it's not that they can't deal with their own negative emotions. They can. It's not like they are going to become emotional basket cases. It's just that they do it in a way that is like they deal with it, they look at it, they deal with it, and then when they find a solution or figure out what they need to do to stop this from happening or to avoid certain negative things in their lives that causes negative emotions, they take care of it. They don't dwell on it. They're very proactive on that. So when it comes to people who hold on to negative emotions or negative things in their lives, it's not holding on to it necessarily. Well, I'm holding on to it, but it's dwelling on it and sort of always bringing it back up and bringing it back up. That Leos can't really deal with it. And similar to Sagittarians, they happen to really look at the silver lining at things. So if they lose something like a bet or some sort of championship or something, they'll look at the benefits that they got from the loss. So they won't, again, dwell on the negative. They'll look at the bright side of things and be like, well, at least I met this person, or at least I learned that I can't do that. You know, like they'll see what they learned from their mistakes. So that's actually a very good thing about Leo. And when it comes to romance, Leos have this tendency of doing grand gestures to the person that they love and that they care for, which can be extraordinarily romantic, but sometimes can be a little bit maybe over the top. But you know, if that's what you like, then Leo's for you in that sense. They're also easy to talk to. They have a tendency of over talking, at least in my opinion, but they are still somebody that can listen when you talk to them, and they enjoy a good long conversation. They like to share themselves to the world. They like to show themselves to the world. And it could seem a little bit narcissistic because they come off as being like, I'm fantastic and you need me in your life because I'm so great. And yeah, it can seem narcissistic, very much so. But in actuality, they're really just trying to be helpful, and they want everybody to benefit from who they are. They just come off as being self-centered, and yeah, that's... And in a relationship, Leos can be very respectful and warm-hearted, because I know they come off sometimes as being selfish and self-centered, but when they love you, they are, like I said in the beginning of the video, they're very warm, they're very cuddly, they want to show the world that they love you and that they care for you. So they're not people who can't show PDF in public. They want to show you to the world because they want to be with you so much. And because of that, they tend to be very good lovers and tend to be very good in relationships when it comes to, and if you match sexually together. Another negative is that sometimes they can seem bossy and obnoxious. But again, it's just their way of helping you. And again, it could come off seeming really bad and not good, but it's just their way of being. They can't help it. It's just who they are. When it comes to giving gifts, Leos love things that accentuate their physical bodies. So if they have broad shoulders, give them a shirt that clings to their shoulders so you could see the ripples and all that good stuff from the muscles. Also things like cologne, watches, sunglasses, just something that accentuates their physical body and makes them look more dolled up, I guess you could say. They enjoy that. They enjoy looking good. And if it accentuates their physical bodies in a more positive, sensual and sexual kind of way, they're like totally into that. All right, my little wonder bugs, that is this week's video. I hope that you enjoyed. And if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section. And if anything, if you guys have had any experience with a Leo, what was it? Leave that in the comment section as well. Also, don't forget that if you're interested in a reading or want to be a Patreon to support this channel, please go down to the information section. There you'll find a link that has all the information that you're looking for. Plus, if you're interested in any of the videos of this series, just go to the exclamation mark that you see right there and you will find links and videos to all the astrological signs that I do. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell so then you know when I come out with a video. And that, my little wonder bugs, much love and blessings.